What's happening, eating nights? Welcome to another vid. This is Nate's Chocolate Combo 2. I'm Nate. This is the only podcast where building the man is the business. Now, first, if you want to donate to the channel, go to my Cash App, which is $Angelic SW. That's capital ANGELIC SW is all together. You can donate whatever you want. Any amount I would take to keep the content going. Now, we have a special guest here. Matter of fact, I'll let him be my co-host. He goes by Kazumba. Is that right?
Yes, so right.
Kazumba. He's going to tell you a little bit about him before we get into the topic. Here we go. Tell me where you're from and what about you?
Well, everyone, good afternoon. My name is Kazumba, and I'm born and raised in Atlanta. And the part of Atlanta that I live and reside is on the east side, Stone Mountain. And a little about me, I'm half Congolese in Zambia, which would be central south of Africa. My mom was from Zambia and my dad from Congo. So they came to Atlanta back in 1984. And so me, I was born in 86. So since then, I grew up in Atlanta. I've seen the changes, political-wise, spiritual-wise, and also economic-wise. And I'm the type of person that, I like to meet people, love to travel, and, I like to be informed of what's around me from not only in my neighborhood, but globally.
So Congolese, I had a friend from Zimbabwe in December when I was in the military.
Okay.
I had another friend of mine called Abram. He was from Ghana. So I met a lot of Africans during my time, even now. A lot of them. Another one of my associates, I just met him in Ayuku.
Okay.
He's from Cameroon.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you about the one thing I like about the Africans. Which I'm saying about I like how they respect their culture and they respect their American culture. Now, growing up, I've seen this after high school where a lot of Africans ran into a lot of problems with African American men and women. I don't know if you ever had that problem before. They make fun of your name or your accent or how you dress. Yeah, I seen it with my own eyes. I don't think it was right. Take time to understand the culture before you.
Yeah, which is true. Now, for me, okay, like I told the people, my name is Kazumba, and there was a time where, I would tell people growing up that my name has no meaning. But then come to find out, doing research, my name means warrior. Kazumba means warrior. And then, of course, like I said about, people making fun of the African name or how they speak. Okay, I thought that happened to me. What I've learned and what I've taught was to have tough skin. So, coming from Africa, yes, we're taught how to fight. Yeah, it's in our DNA. We fight. Whether, whether it be like job-wise, anything in life, we're going to fight because we want better. We're not going to sit back and lay down. No, that's not what it is. That's not how we're going to live life. We're going to fight back, continue, because we know there's something greater. As far as people is concerned, they're going to respect the fact that, yes, you are a fighter. You're not going to sit back and let anybody disrespect you. So with me, okay, say my name is funny, or it's not like, the common names that you hear now, like John or Gilbert or Sean. No, that name Kazumba means a whole lot and it stands out. And so once you see that, not only by the name, the definition, but even the person's like, yeah, he's a warrior. Yes, that's what it means. That's Kazumba, yeah.
Another thing too, name has power. Your name not only identifies you with the name, it actually has power within the meaning of the name. Nathan, that's a Hebrew name. Nathan was a prophet in the Bible. He was known to be strong mentally. That's how I am mentally. 44 years old, been there and done that. I'm still here. Now, I'll tell you the stories about coming up, tell you the stories about what I've been through. You be like, you still here? Because I'm strong. I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder because I'm strong mentally. Nathan means strength. He was a prophet in the Bible. You can go look it up. He just means strength. So when he said his name means warrior, that's what it means. So when you tell a person, okay, your name means such and such, especially at a young age, they grow up and they grow into that name, and they begin to present that name through words and eventually manifestation. And it's true. A lot of Africans, the ones I know, fight. They were raised that way. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for what you need, if you have to. So he's right about that. Now, when I was in the military, I've been to Egypt. I went through Egypt. Nice country, a lot of desert, but I met a lot of Africans on the sea. Middle East, what I call Middle Africa. It really is Africa. It's really not the Middle East. They changed the name. It's really Africa. A lot of Somalians, a lot of Nigerians over there. Security guard. He's from Nigeria. The older guy. Old.
Dr. Oates.
Dr. Oates.
Yeah, Dr. Oates, yes.
Talk to him all the time. All the time. He's actually a doctor, retired doctor. And so that's one thing. They believe in education. That's like religion. They believe in education. Hardly. The more you learn, the more you earn. They really believe in that. So, I learned a lot from my African brothers. I sit back and I watch how they move, how they dress, how they profit, got out of pride. So I have no issue with it. I sit down and actually get to know them. So I always wonder, how Africans feel about when you come over to America. You're treated a certain way by American, black Americans. So I guess it's a win for them because it made them, even stronger. So shifting gears now. Growing up in Atlanta, a whole lot has changed. The dating scene, for one, crime has changed. The population, their amount has changed. The money has changed. A lot has changed from the time we got here. Now, what's the biggest change you've seen, like, with dating?
The biggest change that I've seen with dating is that the men and women are not like, coming face to face, like communicating verbally, like one-on-one. Okay, like me and you are talking one-on-one. I don't find too many men and women that are doing that. Because when social media, Facebook, Instagram, or MySpace, once it came on the scene, everybody decided that, you know what, I feel comfortable being behind my cell phone, being behind a text message, being behind a computer screen. I would have to come and meet you and know who you are. I can know who you are behind the screen, behind the screen. And so now there are a few people that are willingly coming out and getting to know the person better before anything leads up to that point. But right now the dating is like, okay, it's social media. Okay, what's your Snapchat? What's your Instagram? For an example, if I see a good looking woman and I want to get to know her, the first thing she's going to say is, oh, what's your Snapchat? What's your IG? And I'm like, okay, what about, can I get your number?
What's your cash app?
What's your cash app? What's your PayPal? What's your Zelle? So that's what's going on right now in 2023. Exactly. So in order for me to talk to you, I have to give, what, $100 or $20 or $1,000 in order for me to talk to you? In order for you to be my girl? No. When I was coming up, okay, as a kid growing up in the 90s, oh yeah, adults, they went to the coffee shop, had a pizza, or just cooked at home. And guess what? It grew, then they got married, then they had kids, and it lasted for a long time. These days, it's not happening right now. So social media has changed the whole dynamic of dating.
I can piggyback off of that. Social media is nothing but programming anyway. They program the people. And people live out their lives through social media, especially women. Women are emotionally triggered. So the colors, the flashing lights, the pitch of the sound, really social media is really for women. Men kind of get on there like business, maybe they reach out to a friend or family member like that, but it's really not for them.
Yeah.
They can get on there. Yeah. It's not for them. This is why when you go, you see mostly women on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the women like to socialize. They talk more than men.
Yeah.
They got more words in their mind than men. It's designed to program them. So program the women, send them out, and then the men have to find a way to adjust to the program of the women. The women are running game on men, set them up to get robbed, possibly killed, get affected by them, go down the corporate child. And that's a hustle now. You got the social media, you have the TV show, movies, music. They all run together, talking the same thing. How to get over a man, use a man, no, not saying, man, not putting color, relationship with a man. You got a weasel between your legs, you are target. The Bible talks about that too. About any remember, any human that pees against the wall, basically talking about man. The devil is using certain devices to destroy it. I mean, actually, do you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God. Yes, I mean I haven't been to church since 2018, but I'm spiritual and believe that there's a God. Yeah, so everything that I say and do, I put God first. Yeah, because without Him, I won't be able to accomplish this or even be breathing right now because of the man upstairs. Yeah, so the man upstairs keeps me awake, keeps me up, going to work. Make sure that I breathe, make sure that everything that I ask for is granted because of His grace.
Yeah. We have to give a shout out to Taurus, which you have, bro. We have a part two, bro. Part two. What's the difference between African and American blacks that you have seen personally? What's the difference between the good and the bad?
Okay, the good thing I would say with the Africans and the African Americans is that, we all like movies. There's something like comedy movies. We like Martin Lawrence. We like of course traveling wise, loving to travel, loving to be the best that we can be. And when it comes to raising the kids, we also have that in common. That okay, when it comes to our kids, we're all about discipline. Make sure our kids don't end up in the streets. They're not talking to the wrong people. So that's the good thing about the Africans and the Black Americans. That we all want best in life for our family, even for ourselves individually. If we don't have kids or not married, we want the same thing. Now, the bad is that we're still keeping up these stereotypes. Some of them are keeping up these stereotypes like, okay, well, Africans, they already know, they always want to dictate, they want to be controlling, and then they'll say about all the Black Americans, they don't value education, they just want to hang out and smoke and drink. No. So, growing up, I've heard the stereotypes. Now, me, being half countries in Zambia, I said, look, I've come across some good Black Americans. I've come across some good Africans. I've come across some bad Africans. I've come across some bad Black Americans. But I'm not going to say, okay, because a Black American had did me wrong or was talking bad about me, that I just say, okay, every Black American is in one category. No, that person doesn't represent every Black American. And also, that because I came across one particular Black African, that doesn't mean that one particular Black African represents all Africans. And again, some Africans, they're not even going to claim that person. Vice versa. You got some Black Americans, they're not going to claim that's a Black American or the one who's talking bad about that African or even people in general. They're not going to claim him because they know that, look, he's a fool. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He wasn't raised right. So yeah. So me, I come across good and bad on both parties. Yeah. So I don't, separate or even discriminate. I don't. Never. Yeah.
that's a good deal. You know, one person doesn't divide the whole nation.
Exactly.
You have this group, you have this group. Like I know, like in the black community, right? And Chris Rock said it in a stand-up comedy when he was telling the truth. He said there's two types of blacks. It's black people and it's niggas. You know the word nigga means dog, lazy. So it's two types. You want to get that separation. That means that I love my black people. I don't love the niggas because you are not the so a lot of people from all the groups group all this together. Not every black man is a thief, a liar, he robs, he steals, he makes children all over the place, all over the creation. Don't take care of him. He's in out of drugs, he's a drug dealer, a game banger, he's violent. It's a group. It's always the laws of polarity, right? States that everything has an opposite. Everything has an opposite, right? You can look it up. The laws of polarity. Basically, what that means is that if you're good, I'm bad. I'm bad, you're good. Up, down, in, out, nice, not so nice, happy, sad. Everything has an opposite to define what they live. So how can you say all blacks are like this, all Africans are like this? You can't. You only can say the ones that I met, the ones that I interact with, they're this way. The only problem in the African American community is we sometimes, I'm guilty of it too, used to interact with wrong people. You not like them, but you want to be in the mix of them. So when something goes down, you get caught up. Why me? Well, you with them, they look like them, you speak like them, you dress like them, but mine, you just trying to be cool. But guess what? When they go down, you going down with them. That's how it works. That's how it works. So you right about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's true because there's some who are in my age group. You know, they have parents. You know, that would tell them that like, okay, outside in the streets, it's America outside, but inside is Africa. So what they mean is that, okay, what you okay, you can go outside and do what you want, but as far as you coming inside my household, it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be the same thing outside that you do inside the house. Yeah. Now,
For me in my house, we serve the Lord.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you serve the Lord. Yeah, exactly. Put it in the better terms. Yeah, we serve the Lord. And yeah, I agree. Yeah, because because the world will teach you, the devil's ways. Yeah, will teach you the devil's ways. Yeah, and
That's a good one.
yeah, the
That's a
world
title
will
for
teach
another
you.
video.
Yes, the world will teach you the devil's ways.
He's the prince of the air.
Exactly.
Radio, movies, frequency. That's why we pay close attention, even in cartoons. Like in Africa, right? I know you believe in witchcraft, right?
Oh, of course.
Because when I did my research, and I talked to Africa too. Witchcraft. There was a they're isolated because they don't want their loved ones to know that this stuff is there. What you're doing is demonic. What you're doing is witchcraft. You cause a problem for yourself. So they put it in movies, water it down, so you think it's entertainment. Stuff is real.
Yes, it's actually real. Yeah, like witchcraft, voodoo, Santeria, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And I'm gonna tell you this, like when you come across people or you meet somebody for the first time, on the outside, they're laughing with you, they're talking with you, you can, go out to eat, you can party, go to the club, but not knowing that once they leave your presence and they go behind closed doors in their house, they're doing voodoo against you. That's why they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because everybody ain't your friend. They want to take it from you, they want to take your wife, or vice versa, they want to take your woman's husband, they want your lifestyle. And if they can't touch you physically, they can touch you spiritually. That is voodoo. That's witchcraft. They will go to a witch doctor. They will pay them money, sacrifice somebody that they big business here. They will sacrifice somebody that they know to get a level up.
And let me tell y'all something. Pay close attention. The reason why I brought that up, right? You ever heard Pastor Stephen Garvey?
Yes.
Pastor Stephen Garvey talked about that. A lot of people still didn't believe. There was this young lady, and I gotta find that video, black woman. She went on YouTube and she said, look, men, black men especially, wondering why weird things are happening in life, losing money. All of a sudden you're sick all the time. You're accident prone. You can't maintain a relationship. You're getting into arguments with people. You're hearing stuff around your house. You're seeing stuff. These women or that woman that you're dealing with gonna put a curse on you. These women out here, they had it on NBC, either NBC or ABC, and the women were saying, yes, we practice witchcraft. We used to be Christians, but now we practice witchcraft. Yes, we have real power. If you mess with me, I will put a spell on you. They're telling you, and you still don't believe. They had a documentary about it. I gotta put it up for you later to show you. It was either NBC or ABC, and all the women sisters had on white, and they said they were all Christians. They had different reasons why they left Christianity and the witchcraft, and they said that we have real power. Now this is the third person or people that said that witchcraft is real. Now, in the Bible, the scripture says that when two or more comes and listen my name, my word shall establish. Meaning, everybody can't rely. If these three groups are saying the same thing, there gotta be some truth in it. Just do your research. You're wondering why you can't get ahead in life. You're wondering why your love life is jacked up, your health is jacked up. Somebody put a curse in it. Witchcraft. And you need to find out who and how to lift that curse. This is what happens when you, as they say, fornicate. This is what happens when you sleep around, blah, 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 blah. I was blessed, but, I found my woman, when nobody cursed me, because they say you can tell if you curse. That demon will manifest itself at some point in your life. But a curse is pretty much when demons are fat. Somebody has to demons cause problems in your life. The devil is the person here. So since money is in this realm, we call it material. We are working for evil, the message of money. We need to work for evil. We're working for evil. Yes, sir. Yeah. Your health. The food that you eat, the air that you breathe, the attachments ourselves to your body. Now you're saying you're sick all the time. You know why? Every time the doctors can't explain it. You can't remember things. And this is one of the changes I see in Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. Remember on the news a couple of years ago, they found all these shrines all over the city and they go to the head chopped off? That was another sign right there. That is there. So part of it, another part of it, too, it is what it is, the homosexual population. You know anything about Rome, Egypt, and Greece, Babylonia? They started practicing homosexuality, got into Christology, and things started happening, and the whole nation went down. This is what's happening in Atlanta, this is what's happening in the United States. And black men, when we speak, like he's here today, but when we speak, they give you information on why you're having so many problems in your life. If you're not with God, you need to get with God. If you're with God, you need to get closer. Because if you don't, you're going to have serious problems. That's why I brought up witchcraft. People want to factor out, no, it's supernatural too. The real world is the supernatural world. And the natural world is the byproduct of the supernatural. If you don't believe it, do your research. Don't say nothing what I say. Do your research. Hollywood knows that. So, now, we got off of that. We're going to shift. I saw this video. White woman slapped the food. He was European, I think, and slapped her back. Do you believe that if a woman hits a man, he should hit her back or he should walk away? What do you believe in that? I got my belief.
See, now, me being raised not to hit women, it's hard not to because you got these women that, feel like, okay, because they're a woman, they can just go around and hit any man. Even if the man disagrees with what she says or doesn't like what she's doing. The first thing she's going to do is, okay, come up and hit you. Now, we hit back, okay, we get crucified. Now, the truth is, in reality, no man should put their hands on a woman. However, if she keeps coming at you, you hold her by the hand, restrain her to keep her from hitting you. Yeah, because I've seen it happen. We're on the news, we're here out here, we're like, the dude is trying to walk away. The dude, yeah. He's trying to walk away, he's trying not to react, and that woman keeps coming back, to the point where okay, he says, you know what, okay, he slaps her, or punches her, or worse, starts beating on her. And so, then he tries to explain himself look, I'm getting abused. You have dudes right now that are married, have girlfriends, particularly here in Atlanta. They got a woman that's physically abusing them. And the dude can't do anything, even though physically, by nature, he's stronger than a woman, he just can't do it because the first thing in his mind is, okay, jail, police, courtroom. How many years I'm going to spend in jail because I reacted? Even if you tell the judge, okay, judge, Your Honor, I defend myself. That woman judge in particular can say, okay, you could have walked away. Why'd you stay there? Nobody told you to stay in that household if she was coming at you. That's what the judge is going to say. And also even thinking too, the same words. So that's why it's best to nah, you know what? Walk away. Don't come back. Don't even look back. Because if you come back to that situation, it's going to be more problems to the point where it's going to be tragic. How many times have we heard on the news? Domestic violence. I just read an article early this morning. Domestic violence is on the rise right now. Of course, half of the cases are due to COVID, but right now, since COVID is quote unquote over, it's still going on. So yeah, I don't believe a dude should hit a woman, but I would say if she keeps coming at you, either restrain her or just walk away. Get your stuff, go to the nearest hotel, or go to your relative that you can trust and stay with them because you already know it's going to be toxic. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, you black women are good for that. I'm gonna say you are good for that. You been literally smacking man. I hope you watch. I'll teach you to come closer. You literally smack a man, knowing that he can't do anything about it for no reason. You are good for that. There are other women in other cultures that do the same thing. You made that your moniker. And like I said, if you're watching this, you know who you are. You're good for that. You do that on purpose. That's not right. Because you're running to the wrong man, and he might not show his strength. And you end up in a coffin. I done had that happen to me before, but I showed him straight. I did it. I did push away and kept it moving. I ain't like that. You go to the wrong dude, you find yourself in the hospital or worse.
Where I was.
You gotta be careful with that. And this is women in general. You gotta be careful with that. You gotta, in other words, you know that's not right. Just walk up to somebody, slap anybody. You know that's not right. And you know the government's backing them because the police, plus there's other dudes around.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a video about men controlling sexual urges. I did a video about the sugar box, meaning that woman's sexual body part belongs to her. You can't control it. Don't let it control you. And I did another video about Jezzy, which is from Jezebel. A lot of those women, black, white, Asian, Latino, old and young, a lot of them have the spirit of Jezebel on them, which is a manipulative, disruptive spirit. And this is why they're doing what they're doing to men. They're taunting men pretty much. Yeah, that's not what you'll do about it. And now it's getting out of control. So I told you again, to avoid that, you have to have control over your mind and then your body. And you have to see that sugar body, which is her sexual organ. You have to see for what it is. And that's true. You're married to that woman, you love that woman, that sexual body part brings forth life. That's the main purpose of it, brings forth life. Any other thing outside of that, it's a hole, that's moist. That's it. It's not that serious when you put your life, your freedom in line for a hole that expands from time to time, that a woman urinates out of, you should bleed once a month out of. You're doing all of this for a hole. Not even a woman, because a woman would tell you, you don't love me. This all the time, you don't love me. You love the sex. So it's not even the women that they're trying to protect or the women that they're trying to be with. They're trying to get hold to the sex to get that 1.25 second dopamine rush after a release. And women know that. So now men starting to catch on that, okay, I need to get control of myself because these women are out of control. They're out of control. And black women, again, you are the leaders of it. And every other woman just follows you. Because if you notice, we are trendsetters. We put stuff in our community and see what happens. It takes flight with us. And you know all the other cultures follow. So when they did with the feminist movement, nobody was following middle-aged women complaining about middle-aged white men. They didn't do that until they got the black woman on board. When she got on board, then all of a sudden, they were knocking her. Now we're watching the movement. Mm-hmm. And how they did that was the Color Purple movie. Mm-hmm. They took what's the other movie they did? All the Tyler Perry movies. Colors, yeah. They make black women see black men as either their enemy or competition. It took a while to convince them, but finally they convinced them to see us as the enemy or a competition. And we have never been together since.
Yeah, and see, like like you mentioned, the movies of Color Purple, Tyler Perry. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine, and the Color Purple. Okay, Danny Glover played, Mister. Okay, yes. Okay, he was, talking down on silly, and and whatnot. But here's the thing, though. One thing that they left out was that he had kept those letters. He had kept those letters in the safe box because he wasn't like intentionally. When you really look at it, see, to the women, they're looking like, oh, well, he's a bad guy. He was hiding those letters. He didn't want her to read them. No. When you really look deep into it, watch that movie Between the Lines, you'll see that no, Mr. wasn't that bad of a dude. Yes, he was, he was, acting stupid and, and being abusive, but at the same time, he was like, no, one day she's going to ask for those letters. So let me keep these letters in the closet so that she can look for herself. So it wasn't like, he didn't want her to read them. He wanted her to read them. Because at some point, eventually he's going to say, hey, Cecilia, I got these letters, I know your friend has been, writing you from time to time. Okay, here you go. And then at the same time, okay, she didn't know how to read. So that part they left out. Cecilia was, picking up on the reading. So when it comes to the letters, he knew that, okay, she don't know how to read that well. So let me just keep these to the side once she picks up her reading. That's how I look at it.
And another thing with that too, pay attention to, they have all the elements that we see now. Mr. the strong man. But he violent. He's a monster. Never out the part where he took care of his family. They ate well. They had a roof over their head, clothes on their back, money in their account.
Yep.
Then it took Papa Harpo was a good man, but Harpo was weak. Harpo didn't show no leadership skills. Harpo showed cowardice. Harpo didn't show standing on what you believe in. He was a weak, great dude, but weak. Then it showed Honey. Remember the singer?
Yeah.
Honey was a lesbian that supposedly came and helped Celie get her confidence back.
Yeah.
Then it had what was Oprah character?
Oprah was Sophia.
Sophia. Sophia got beat up and raped by her brother. Then they said, when she said, I had to fight my father, I had to fight my brother. Why are you fighting him? Fighting him. People raping you. She said, that's all that was. So it made her angry. So when she said, I love Harper, but I kill him dead, that was just showing her dysfunction that a lot of our women raped and abused by black men.
Yeah.
So I take that and keep putting it in the movies. Keep putting it in movies. Fast forward to 2023, we have the TV shows, the new music, the new movies, colors show that. Guess what? Now they convinced that me and you, we either are they enemies or competition. And this is why we don't get along.
Yeah.
It's all programmed. It's all a setup at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So this is why now, I told my lady who was talking about it, and I'm like, dating somebody else is futile. With all the women I dated, you pretty much the only one that's here on play. You got your issues, but who doesn't? But you're not to the point where we can't be together.
Yeah.
I dated women before. They got a lot of issues. A lot of issues, and the relationship doesn't work. That's why it never works past sex. We both give into our animalistic nature, but it never works past sex.
Exactly.
Or past a baby. Because for it to work, you have to deal with your own dysfunction. For you to get into a relationship, you gotta get counseling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is why we have all these problems and stuff like that.
Yeah. Exactly. See, and okay, as men, we were never created to be perfect, but we are never the enemy. I'm saying it again. We were never created perfect, but we are never the enemy. Yes, like you said, like I said, we have issues. Who doesn't have issues? We're human. We're going to say things that we don't mean. We're going to do things that we're not proud of. But at the end of the day, that's what makes us human beings. That's what helps us say, you know what? Okay, we've made a mistake. All right, next time we're going to rectify it, and we're not going to do it again. We're going to go back. Because if we keep doing the same mistakes over and over and over again, well, guess what? We haven't learned, and we're not growing. So yeah, so in order for us to grow as men, we rectify our mistakes and we keep moving. And don't let your past mistakes dictate who you are going to be in the future or in life.
I was thinking over that too. Now you know other men from other cultures, right? They have what's called camaraderie, like a brotherhood. As Africans are different, all different. But American blacks, a lot of us don't get along. Like the men don't get along with other men.
Yeah.
We try to do business together. We try to do organizations together. We try to put things together to come back and help our community, but we can't get along. But what we want our women to get along with us. Yeah. Women are watching.
Yeah.
You men, you brothers can't even get along with each other. You fighting with each other over the pettiest things as men.
Yeah.
You don't get along. You don't have conflict resolution skills. You don't know how to sit down and have a discussion about what the situation is without getting violent or disrespectful.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I've been trying to put together an organization for a long time for black men. I think I found a group we pretty much get along, but for a long time it's been hard to do that for years. So, They just don't get along with each other. And part of it is because we were raised in a house, not me, with one parent, the mother. We know how to get along with women, but we don't know how to get along with men because we saw men as the enemy. We came in and out of the house, and they do right by our mother and our sisters. Plus, we got daddy issues. So when we see another black man, since we hate ourselves, because we hate our father, we hate men that look like us, and we can't go forward with anything together. And the only way our women can follow us, we got to see organization. They got to see a plan, and they got to see some type of strategy. So they see that, they got to follow it. This is why they're running amok.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you agree?
Yeah, and I agree because see, the chaos is going to continue if we don't make a change right now. I'm not talking next year or 10 years from now or 30 years from now. I'm talking about like right now because we live in a time where like things are getting bad and it's going to get worse. So we need to get organized. Organization is the key. So we have to put ego aside. Put ego aside, put your feelings aside, because like you said about the women, if they see us as leaders and the leaders are not communicating, we're not organizing, we're not getting along, and we're arguing about things that don't matter, that's not helping us, guess what? They'll be like, okay, well, we're going to follow somebody else outside of them. Yeah, and we know what happens when the women follow other people, other things. It's not good. And then we're like, okay, why are women doing this? Why are women following this person? Why are they friends with this person? Because we're not setting an example. We're not.
Exactly. You know, like I tell men, and really, once you get down to the black man goes to the white man, the Asian man, the Latino man, especially when they come into America, you get to the American state of mind, they're having the same problem. That's why a lot of them are leaving.
Yeah.
Because in America, and they say you're wrong, you have to wrong with do.
Mm-hmm.
You're in America, it's going to be hard to maintain traditional values,
Exactly.
especially with young people.
Yeah.
Because they see on movies and music, they think it's hip. Disrespect a man or disrespect a woman, they think it's hip.
Yeah.
So I tell my podcast, white men, you have the same problem now. Asian men, Latino men, men from other cultures living in America will have the same type of problem. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
If you live in America, it's going to be extremely hard to maintain traditional values because this American state of mind is everywhere. All on social media, it's everywhere, billboards, restaurants, you name it.
Exactly.
And it's just a matter of time before your kids, your daughters, your sons see the American way and begin to act it out. So don't think it's just a to the other hand, black person problem.
Yeah.
If you're in America, it's an American problem.
Yeah.
And it's just that simple. I see, I'm going to say, a situation with a young lady, right? What's her name? One went to Dubai.
Oh yeah, she went to Dubai, and when she went there, she was like, that she's being like, rude, disrespectful. Yeah. So the men.
Somebody lost their bag out here.
The men was saying, look, she is doing things that we don't tolerate.
Somebody lost their bag out here.
In our country, we don't play that.
Please tell me why y'all keep asking me to cut these corners.
What? Over there, it's a no. So now they detained her because I heard a little bit of the story. So I think by now she's out of jail, out of the prison that she was in.
I don't know. They didn't mention if she was.
Yeah, exactly. So she was detained because she was being like disruptive. Now she was claiming that she was asking them questions, but then come to find out, she was being rude, like when she was over talking. So yeah,
that's what it is. Outrageous bitch.
Yeah.
You white folks, he asked me to cut down these corners.
Yeah, so that was like a snippet of that story. Yeah.
When they showed the video, right? People don't understand, right?
Yeah.
In another country, you can't scream at a man.
Kids.
You can't scream.
None
It's one thing
whatsoever.
talking loud.
Yeah.
It's another thing screaming at them.
Exactly.
You can't do that. They will lock you up or worse.
Yeah.
And this is what we say.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing that American mentality for a seat.
Yes.
And other American women do the same thing, right? Yeah. They do the same thing, but our women also to the next level. It's one thing you get into an argument, walking away. It's another thing you confronting him like you're a man.
Yeah.
You can't do that over there.
Not over there.
And you got countries worse than that. I know Turkey is one. Turkey, they probably would have killed her.
Yeah.
Because what did it say? I'm trying to read the scripture in the Bible. God said in Genesis, man should rule over you. Man should rule over the woman. Look up Genesis, type it in Google, type scripture of saying man rules over a woman or man rules over a woman scripture. It'll come right up. And basically what he was saying is they can't rule themselves because they run with emotion. They can't guide themselves because they run with emotion. They need a man, a husband, to guide them. If she had a man with her, a husband, I'll be like, I got it. Yes, sir. Blah, 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 blah. Stay over here. Because number one, you want to talk to a man anyway. You can't talk to him like that. Most of them are single, not dating nobody. They are just sex. And they are guided and they are leading themselves. That's why they're getting in a whole lot of trouble. And I'm going to tell you, I was stationed overseas. Overseas is a whole other level. So you had a sister in Bulgaria that was running away from the Bulgarian men. She was a school teacher over there. She said they were chasing her. She got into an argument with them on the train because of her dog. She was going to bring her dog on the train. They ended up chasing her. She had to run for her life. It's one thing over here in America. Okay, this is a Ghana-centric.
It's a Ghana-centric country. Yeah.
Over there, straight page women.
Yeah.
You put them stuff over there, you get hurt. So I know in Africa they don't allow it. I know.
Oh no. See. Okay. In Africa, when it comes, the men treating the women. Of course, a lot of the African women, yes, they have the kids, they cook, they clean, some they don't want to work. I mean, no, I'm not saying that they don't want to work. They decide to be, the mother, the house mom. Decide to be the house mom. Then you got some African women, they have careers, and of course, the men respect that too. But as far as argument is concerned, okay, if they argue, they're gonna find a way to come together and have a conclusion. It may not be a conclusion that they want, but it's gonna come to a conclusion. Yeah. Now, of course, you got some dudes in Africa, they beat on their women because they thought the fact that, okay, the woman's trying to talk back or whatever. That's an African thing. Then you got some brothers, they're like, okay, my wife, she cooks, she cleans, she has kids, I go to work, I come home, I make sure, my food's ready, she makes sure the food's ready, everything's ready. So yeah, Africa is a different breed. Yeah. When it comes to treating the women. Yeah. And also, I'm gonna say this, whenever there's International Women's Day, Africa, they take it seriously. Yeah, they praise women. They praise their women. They give honor to the woman. Yeah. Because they know that, okay, the woman has done good deeds. The woman has contributed, to a home country, to society. Yeah, they take it seriously when it comes to International Women's Day. Yeah, so that's Africa.
In America, we have Mocha Fest.
Yeah, Mocha Fest. Yeah,
Mocha Fest. Freak Night. That's how we are now women over here. What's the other one they have over here?
We have a Freak Night. We have the Mocha Fest. It was like. There's so many festivals I can't even keep up now.
Bike weekend.
Yeah, bike week.
Women are twerking out of control. Well, that's how they honor themselves. We go out there for the festivities. I don't.
Yeah.
But they do.
Yeah.
Me particularly, I don't. Yes, it's a different speed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. What do you think about him? And do you think the doing to him is right? And do you think if he gets out of this, he's going to be the next president here? You like him or dislike him?
Okay, when it comes to Trump, I don't like him. But as
I
far
like him, but I'm gonna tell you why.
okay, you know what? I don't like him as a person, but I like the fact that he's telling people who he is. He's not faking it. He's telling the world who he is, telling it like it is, so that nobody should be surprised whatever comes out of his mouth. You know, I'd rather have somebody to tell me that you're an enemy of me than somebody say, oh, Kazumba, I'm your best friend. But behind closed doors, you're taking my money. You're plotting to kill me. I don't want that type of fake friend. I want somebody that's actually going to tell me that, yeah, I'm your enemy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming at you. That way I can get prepared, prepare myself for war. So yeah. Now, that's why I say I don't like him as a person, but I like the fact that he tells it like it is. Now, as far as the trial is concerned, what they're doing to him is right. Bring the charges. Yeah. You need to be dealt with. You need to face the music. And if
He agreed with you.
if he gets scot-free, I'm not gonna be surprised. And I won't be surprised if he becomes the next president in 2024. Because it's all orchestrated. This whole political game is orchestrated.
Yeah. It's neither Democrats or Republicans.
Yeah,
They're all the
exactly.
same.
Yeah, exactly. They're all the same. Like Paul Mooney had said when he was living, there are two horns on the same devil's head.
You know, Paul Mooney was a wise.
Yes. Yes. Very wise. Everything he said, it confirmed to what we're seeing right now. So yeah, so that's why I know
R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
yeah, so that's why a number of people have said no, voting doesn't matter, you know, there's no point because either way, either Republicans get into office or Democrats get into office, it's going to be the same old song and dance. Yeah.
They are selected.
Yeah,
They're not elected.
exactly. There you go.
They are selected. So it's all orchestrated to make you think that this party is all the same. They're going to push the same thing. People don't understand whether it was Hillary or Trump. They would push the same agenda.
The same agenda. Yeah.
It's just an illusion of different agendas.
Exactly.
One agenda.
Yeah.
I like Trump because Trump exposed the racists or the bigots or the people that's prejudiced. He exposed them. He also exposed the people that were stealing money and doing some underhanded things. That's what we want. I like him because he stands on the square. He got upset because he said, I grabbed him by you know what?
Yeah.
Why would he say that? And he know a lot of men think that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't come out. Your husband thinks that way, dear.
Yeah.
Your husband thinks that way. He won't say it to you,
But he's thinking it.
but he's thinking
Your
it.
boyfriend,
Your boyfriend.
right now, that you're living with, is thinking the same thing.
The baby father thinking the same thing. That's why a lot of men like him because he did and said what he wanted. A real man doesn't have the fear of speaking his mind and doing what he want to do. That's a real man.
Yeah.
Fearless.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is fearless. You can say right, you can say wrong, but he has the heart to say what he means and he can say it.
Exactly.
And real men, like, I like that. Because we think the same thing.
Yeah.
If a woman can say what she want to say, why can't a man say what he want to say?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, because see, right there, it's double standard. Like you just said, okay, if a woman can speak her mind and say the things that she wants to say, then when it comes to the man, it's like, oh, he's, misogynistic, he a dog, he don't like the women, he don't care about himself. You see, that's double standards. You see, we have the right to feel how we feel. We have the right to speak our minds. Maybe, okay, and it's like, in politics, but in general, we have the right to feel how we feel. Yeah, without having to be crucified for what we say. Okay, like me being me. I tell it like it is. You know, I'm gonna speak my truth, and I'm gonna stand on that truth. Yeah, I mean, some will agree, some will disagree, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. Yeah, so no man should be scared of how they should feel.
And it's just that simple.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna get in office too.
Most definitely. Like I said, like I said, like the way it's going, and they even said this. Every time he gets a new indictment, his approval rate, his numbers keep jumping up. So yeah, so
For the same reason, if you're gonna convict him of the president.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
They're dirt. They all do dirt.
yeah,
Why Donald Trump gotta go to jail?
yeah, exactly. I mean, all these politicians are not doing dirt. Yeah, they're doing dirt. They're not going to tell you that. Yeah. So you want to see that you can choose who to put out there and put behind closed doors. That's what they're doing. They're picking and choosing.
I'm gonna tell you another way too. When Donald Trump was in office, we was eating. We didn't have what is it? Economic crisis.
No.
Everybody was eating.
No inflation.
No inflation. Everybody was eating.
Yeah.
Unless you were just lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time a Democrat get in office, they give all these free benefits and food stamps to people who don't want to work,
Exactly.
especially women. And we got to work even harder because the cost of living going up.
Exactly.
But when people like Donald Trump, like a Republican gets in office, we don't like we pretty much don't like you either. But there's the money. Find a way to merge your life with the money, then we're not gonna bother you.
Yeah.
We ain't giving you free nothing.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to find out. You're gonna have to figure out a way to get this money.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. We don't believe in the handouts.
No.
And that's the difference. And this is why more men are voting for Republicans than Democrats, because most men are out here grinding now.
Exactly.
Like, just give me, open the door,
Yes.
and I'll get it myself. James Brown said.
Yeah.
You open the door, and I'll go in and get it myself. Do not block my opportunity. When Democrats get in the office, they block your opportunity. That's where the problem comes in.
Exactly.
You're giving all these free this and that in the building. You're not doing more businesses, and when you do it for the women. You don't do it for the men.
No.
So that's one thing he did that was good. We all believe.
Yeah.
And that you was lazy.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I mean, so again, like, hey, I mean, the way things going, I'm just, sitting back, watching the show, because we know what the outcome is going to be. We already know. Now, to other people who...
the Eminem show.
Yeah, exactly, the Eminem show, yeah. I mean, so, for those who don't really see what's going on, it'll take them by surprise. Now, it will take them a minute to catch on, but we know exactly how the story's going to go. We already know. So...
The thing is, I told somebody this, I might do a bid on it.
Okay.
I said, look, it doesn't matter if Republican or Democrat. You be able to make money. That should not stop you. That should not stop your capability of making money for you and your family. It shows, or you can make a little adjustment, you keep it moving. So whereas a Republican or Democrat, you should still be on feet.
Exactly, yeah.
I always live by it. Democrats in office now, we in inflation, the cost of living is going up. Food, insurance, everything. I'm still eating.
Yeah.
Because I believe in a higher power.
Exactly.
It's the point I'm trying to make. God, the Son, the Holy Ghost. You believe in a higher power. You believe in the scripture. You will be all right.
Yeah.
You believe in man system. Look to fail. The man system is flawed. They got all types of... Man, they got bills and policies and laws in the books that you don't even know about. It's designed to screw you over.
Exactly.
Especially down in the middle in the skin.
There you go.
So how can man system be perfect? It's not. It's flawed.
It never was. Never was perfect.
Never was, never will be.
Even when it started, it was imperfect. So it's been sloppy from the get-go. Yeah. So that's why I would say, like, out here in this world, there's so much money out here to make. There's no way for you not to make money. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're creating something, whatever you put your mind to, it's money. This mind right here is money. Yes. Why do you think Facebook was created? Instagram, Snapchat, all these platforms became billions and billions of dollars. I mean, billions of dollars and phenomenal companies because the dudes behind these companies use this and it manifests.
Things are created onto plane.
Yeah.
Mental plane is the physical plane.
Yeah.
Mental plane is your mind.
Exactly.
If you go, Steve Harvey said it. If you can think it, you can hold it in your hand, you can manifest it.
Exactly.
So if you can think about an idea, this table, this mic, this cup, this laptop, all came from somebody's mind.
Exactly.
It's important. Nothing just was osmosis came from somebody's mind.
Yeah.
So what you gotta do? Just use a God-given senses. That's what I just said.
Is that
a God-given mind?
Yeah.
This podcast came from my mind.
Yeah.
My candy company came from my mind. It wasn't given to me. This is my mind in the form of manifestation. I mean, you can physically see my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
You see my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast came from my mind. This candy came from my mind. We just see in the physical realm. Mm-hmm. So all you gotta do, doesn't matter what the situation is, just use your mind. Okay, what can I do that will work for me in these times and keep it moving?
Yep.
And you know these cell phones and stuff like that, they're designed to mess with your cognitive skills. You're on the phone, you just download. They call it what is it, beta mode?
Yeah, beta mode.
And you just download it. You're not even thinking. The flashing lights and the sound. And when the time to sit down and think, you can't think. You have no. It turns off your cognitive skills.
Yeah.
Your ability to think. That's why I took a break from the cell phone.
Yeah.
I took an hour or 2 or 45 minutes of break. I wouldn't have done nothing. I go find something to do.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. See, and that's that goes back to what I'm saying about, like, you know, when a man and woman are having a conversation, like these days when it comes to dating, it goes back to that first topic we talked about. That, you know, men and women are so comfortable behind their phones, behind the computer screen. To the point where, like, when they do see a person, they don't know what to say or how to start a conversation because their mind was about downloading, looking at pictures, you know, looking at videos over and over and over again. All you're doing is scrolling. So when you look up and you see people, it's hard for you to comprehend what somebody's asking you or what somebody's saying to you. Yeah, like you said, you know.
Pastor Stephen Darby said that he had a friend who had another friend. And, his friend asked his other friend, well, how your girlfriend doing? Oh, we're doing great. He said, yeah, I said, cool. So what you doing now? Yeah, I just talked to her yesterday. Okay, so you get to go out? No, we haven't seen each other yet. Their girlfriend and boyfriend online on Facebook. Never seen each other in real life. Just conversation over Facebook. That's scary to me. Like, so you know how to even speak towards it. And you wonder why, what's the word socially awkward? What's the other one? Incels, educated lame.
Educated limbs, yeah.
You don't know how to conduct yourself around the opposite sex because you never spoke to them in person. You don't know how to just relax and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
You're, hi, my name is. You look and sound weird.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to speak. Part of that is you have to put the time to become a better version of yourself. You know how to make money, but you never know how to project yourself, your personality into its highest form. You never develop you.
Exactly.
You just develop your skills on how to make the money.
Exactly.
This is what they say the educated name. You're educated, but you don't know how to entertain a woman. You don't know how to get and maintain her attention. So she gets bored and you get, let's say you get ghosted. Yeah? Your money only projects who you really are. So if you're a person with high confidence, your money's going to make your confidence even higher. If you're a person with low confidence, that money will make your confidence even lower. So that means if you meet a woman or a dude, you want to have a relationship with a friend, you'll go in your pocket and you spend money on them. But you don't know how to make them like you for who you really are. You spend your money on them.
Yeah.
You keep them around.
Oh yeah.
And they say leave with your wallet. and that's another big problem. Okay, before we outro, what do you see the future of men, all types of men, black men, and the whole American society? What do you see us at in the future? Do you see us in a good place, or do you see us getting even worse? In your words.
Okay, in my words, I see us as men taking back our power, and we're not going to let anybody, not a politician, not a law, any principality of the system, we're not going to let it stop us, because we know who we are. We know how we're built. We know how we think. I mean, it's not our first
power.
We come back to our power. So
authority.
exactly. So we create, we think. So we're not going to let anything of this world stop us from being the men that we are designed to be. I mean, yes, we face challenges, some difficulties, but we know how to rise above them. Yeah. I mean, we could be at a point where, like, okay, we got no money in our bank account, but guess what? We're going to find a way to come on top. Yes.
Yep.
See? Exactly. All the time. Yeah. So all of us, we're going to be in the right place. Again, it's not going to be easy. Maybe some bumps in the road, but we're going to come out on top. Now, as far as, the American society, oh yeah, there's going to be some fighting. There's going to be some fighting. There's going to be some chaos. But at the end of the day, righteousness will come on top.
100% agree. 300% agree with that. When we think about black men in the future,
Black men in the future, we're going to take our rightful place.
totally agree.
And we're going to get our respect back. Our respect back. Yeah.
Totally agree with that. When we think about the women in American society, where they're going to be at in the future if they don't come underneath us as for submit and follow the lead of the men.
Okay. Now, the word submit. Now, to my women, don't take it like, that you should be like, under us. What we mean is that, submit like, look, stand by our side. Stand by, cooperate, yeah. If we have an agreement, okay, let's find a way. Like I said earlier, it may not be the conclusion that, that we like, or you may not like, but we can come to a conclusion because it avoids conflict. It avoids, hostility, bloodshed. It avoids all those problems. So we work together, and once we come together, there's power. Because this world, they fear a man and woman coming together. Once we come together, it's power and oneness. Yeah. So this world cannot, throw anything at us to divide us, because we know that anything that comes at us, we stand together always. We're not going to shy away. We're not going to be scared. We're not going to deter. We're together.
Just that simple.
Yeah.
Well, man, I thank you again.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hopefully you do another one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'll definitely come back. Yeah.
Hopefully you have Taurus with us.
Yeah.
Means company.
Get him on board. Yeah.
This better not Taurus gonna be. I didn't know how it was gonna turn out.
Hey, it's my first time coming, so yeah, it turned out well.
So you got anything to tell, like business or anything forward you
Well,
trying to do?
Well, right now, I do poetry. I'm a poet, and I haven't been writing poetry in a while because work-wise. But now slowly I can find the time to get back to my craft. Yeah. As far as business ventures, that I'm putting that in the works. Yeah. Of course, put in the works, then manifest, and then okay, I can tell the world that okay, this is what I'm doing. Yeah.
So next time you come on the show, you can bring your own poetry and then read.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I like poetry too. I haven't done it in a long time. With my heavenly, my viewers were my heavenly equal. So
Okay.
So y'all still working on that show? You were talking about
Yeah. We're talking about a podcast. Yeah. So we were trying to find the equipment. Yeah, because the cars was looking at the equipment, how much it is and whatnot. So just putting everything together slowly. So yeah.
And like I told him, I can help you with that. So we will help you a course promote.
Yeah.
You on my show. I go on your podcast and you tell. I tell the people about mine. And you tell. So we keep going back and forth with that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Thanks again, Eda. Nice for tuning in. Like this vid, click like or dislike. If you want to see more, subscribe to this channel. Share this vid, but most importantly, receive the info and apply the info, and you will see a difference. As I said, if you want to donate, go to my Cash App, $ Angelic SW. That's capital ANGELIC SW. You can donate whatever you want to donate. And once again, thank you, Kazamba, for coming through. I hope you men listen and learn something. It's going to be a part 2. We're going to talk about many more things to help you improve your life. And as always, we got a 1, 2, peace.